welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video, you
Golf Life Legends.
Bulldog is back in.
Hi Sam.
I'm alright mate, you?
Yeah, all good.
Right, today, look where we are.
Wow, I've got to say.
We are at the Fox Hills short game area and it's unbelievable. I thought it was unbelievable.
Pure.
You backed that up, didn't you?
In the middle of these pines, it's just so pure. Undulations, different lies, bunkers, different grasses. So
what we're saying is you've got everything we need for today's vid.
Oh, and so more.
What are we going to do today then?
A nice bit of chipping masterclass by myself.
Yeah.
I've got to say, I've got to confess before I start this ain't a strong part of my game.
No.
So I've got to spend a lot of time with yous this year, down here at the Wisley, wherever we can get our 58 degree on the back of a few Pro Vs. That's where I want to spend a lot of my time, because this part of my game, like a lot of us, and like a lot of Golf Life Legends, this is the unfancy bit.
Yeah,
but
you don't go to practice and do chipping, do you?
No, it's driving, it's shelling little cutty iron shots. But this is money. This is where your scores done or lost, really.
Well, that's it.
Do you get what I mean? It's a big part of it.
Last few videos that Jimmy's been on, a lot of comments saying, why do you use a claw grip? Why do you play shots like this? So this video will hopefully clear all of that up, and that's what we're going to do now. Yeah, absolutely. Should we give it a go?
Yeah. First of all, chipping is so, you listen to the very best. It's so diverse. Everyone has their own technique.
Yeah.
There's so many different shots you can play, and it's just about being creative. You hear Tiger Woods talking, being creative, assessing lies, spending hours on the chipping greens, and all starts off with what in my opinion, what the lie gives you. Now here we're going to start off with a fairway lie sort of things. First of all, claw grip. Why have I gone to the claw grip? First of all, I was very right hand active. Yeah. And that has just given me inconsistency. Right. It was the same as my putting. Yeah. Every now and then I'd get a bit pokey at the ball and it'd fire off low and it'd come off different spin rates, different trajectory. That's not what I want as a chipper. No. I want to be as consistent as possible. The three things I think makes great chippers are consistent in ball flight, trajectory, spin, speed.
So
if you've got the speed, if you've got the speed right, trajectory and spin. Once you pick your spot, our spot putt, once you pick your spot, it's about relying on the greening and what it's going to do. So, assess the lie.
I guess there is a lot of elements that you have to factor in when you're chipping. Is there
best though, Ange?
Is there ever too many elements? Like, have you got?
It can be for me because I really struggle with this part.
Because your scratch, obviously you know that already at Home Legends. I'm off 12, 14-ish. Yeah. I sometimes overthink it too much.
I can.
Yeah.
I can.
That's probably the biggest
But I think you do though.
Standard.
If that ain't your strength, you're trying to divulge so much into that part of the game. You're asking all these questions about yourself. You're sort of questioning yourself. But the very best I know, and it's happened to my strongest point is driving. Yeah. Now it's just do. Yeah, yeah. I just get up, do. If you ask me, it's not too much fault going on there, Ange. No. But this. I'm really this, or we'll get on it later, technique, like, do we have club leaning forward? Do we have it backwards, hands back? Do we have opening the club face? Do we have closing the club face, weight forward, ball position? You have all these different scenarios for all different kinds of shots. Now, I think the very best will have 10 shots to play to this front pin. Yeah. It's just getting one, picking one, executing it. Yeah. Accurately and precise all the time. So that's the name of the game.
Right, so we've got 5 balls then.
Yep.
Let's just have a few hits. Yep. And just we'll ease into it and just slowly talk about how you're going to play it and why.
I know that's coming right to left.
Yeah.
I've got a 58 degree, everyone. And it's just a bump and run. It's just trying to picture that flight, which ain't too high, ain't too low. It's just a pitch shot here that I'm just...
So there's your spot.
There's my spot. All right, I've missed it a foot left, and there's no coincidence. I've missed this putt left, the hole left. But I ain't too far off.
Well, that's it.
From behind, you didn't see a lot there. Because I've got grass going into, I'm really concentrating on, now we're talking fine details, and when this detail here, Ange, we're opening up a tin of worms. I could be here forever. Grass into, wet. One thing I want to make sure is I've got my weight forward, as you can see, the handle's leading. I don't want that trying to play with bounce. I don't like that for that shot.
As an amateur, when I jump in, that scares me, and it'll probably scare quite a lot of people at home. Because you're playing into that, I think naturally I'm going to stab the ground. How do you avoid that?
Now there's a lot of and I don't class myself. Look, I'm by far a pro at this.
Yeah.
By far. There's some great coaches out there that will teach you use the bounce of the club.
Yeah.
I'm yet to have confidence in that.
Right.
Again, I'm very leading edgy, I'm very hands forward, I'm very quite diggy. It ain't the right way, but it works for me at the minute. Yeah. I'm learning. If I had a bit of down grain and it has a bit of a sharper surface, like that, I wouldn't be... See, I can use the bounce there.
Yeah.
I've used it a little bit, do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
I ain't too scared of doing that. But for this lie, if I was in competition, Richie, get there for me.
Straight on, loves you.
I'm there, straight on. I'm very weight forward, and I'm just picking and nudging it forward. All right, I've got into that, and that's really gripped. Listen, for an average pitcher like me, I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. And it ain't too hard, that chip shot. It's when we get on to the next pieces, the next piece of the jigsaw, like further pitches, different kind of pitches.
So off that lie, that's a good lie, isn't it? That's a good consistent lie to have.
Yeah.
As me being the average golfer again, I'll be half tempted to take an 8 or a 9 iron there. Why would you not?
Can do. Yeah, I would. Listen, I usually only pitch with, depending on the shot, 58, 54 and gap.
Yeah.
They're my go-tos. I try and keep it as simple as possible, and I don't really change.
Surely that's key, isn't it?
100%, and that's why I don't really mess about too much. Like this using a gap wedge, because you got like less loft, it's just a softer shot, really. That pitching, instead of that mark being there now,
you're gonna slide it back.
I'm just there.
Yeah.
Roughly. Do you get what I mean? And
why just zip it in?
Yeah, it's just.
Would you? I think I know the answer to this, but would you play it differently depending on the conditions?
Not really.
So that's how you wouldn't?
Not really. This is just so consistent with me. I get the same amount of roll and speed. But yeah, like it's very, very simple, my chipping technique. It's almost like putting.
Yeah.
When you've got a big flange on it like this, like a pitching wedge, the less loft you have on it, the more it becomes a putting stroke. So for these, I'm gonna start practicing, because I was lob wedge mad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start practicing using this, because I think I could Seve-esque. I think I can get it running like a putt.
Right.
I do think some of the best pitchers in the world do get it running like a putt as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Because then you've got more chance of holing them.
How much like, ability to practice ratio would you say there is on a world class chipper? Like, can you blag being good at chipping, or natural ability, or is it just repetition?
I think it comes easier to some than others.
Yeah.
Same as anything.
Yeah.
But I believe the best pitchers and chippers in the game have just put more hours in, and they get it.
Yeah.
They get it. They get the bottom point. They talk about low point a lot, and where the arc meets the bottom and their strike, and they get it leading, and they use the bounce. They just get it. And when you get it, things click. It's like when I started getting my driving.
Yeah.
It was like, wow, like, oh, that's because of that. Before you know it, you've almost done it yourself, you know?
Yeah, true.
And then there's no greater feeling than gaining that confidence yourself and grab something from someone, grab it from here for someone, put your own little bit on it and gone, hang on, and that's money. That happens all of the time. So that's what I'm trying to get across.
Right, new lie, let's do it.
Yeah.
Right then, mate. So what's different to this setup compared to the previous one we just did?
Do you know what? Not a great deal,
no,
because I'm only thinking I've got to poke it to here.
Yeah.
The rest is going to happen. Okay. It's going to go down there. So it ain't exactly massive. It's almost just a bit... Oh, it's got grabbed up. Can you believe that? But it ain't...
Yeah.
That's a safe shot to play, right?
Yeah.
All right. I've undergone the first one. If you want to be a bit cuter with it, which in competition play, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, this is sort of why I've done this, because in my head, this suggests for a good golfer like yourself, you might need to use more of the bounce to try and get it up to stop it.
Just more loft.
Time for the pin. Yeah.
That to me, straight away, if you come here, Richie, straight away you can see the ball's from over there, the ball's forward, I'm trying to get in line with a slope, yeah?
Yeah.
And for a flop shot, I can either play... so this is where it gets difficult. So when I play flop shots and I need more speed, the claw don't give me that. Oh, I don't need a lot of speed, but the claw don't give me that.
Yeah.
So I haven't got a problem going to a neutral grip.
Yeah.
When I want to retain loft, I don't mind a neutral grip. I know it sounds a bit all around the houses, but here, ball forward, let's get to it. Ball forward, open up the loft. just goes softer.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can get much better than that with that
It's
lie.
just softer, do you get what I mean? So straight away, my setup is doing it all.
Yeah.
Another ball, Ange. My setup's doing it all. If you want to play it lower, it's more back, hands forward, and poking it.
So let's switch it up then. Same lie.
Yeah.
But I want you to go
that's
to this,
an evil like that.
to this third pin.
Wow, this here?
Yeah.
Wow, that's evil. Straight away, I'm thinking, make sure you hit ball. I'm picking a spot.
Where's your spot? I'll go over.
And also with this, where I need a bit of run at, I'm thinking of...
Tell me where you want the spot, Jim. I've got a tee here.
Yeah, just about there, Ange.
Here?
Bit shorter. Yeah. Maybe a bit shorter than that, all right?
Yeah.
Because I want it lower, I'd use a 54 probably on this.
Yeah.
Chuck my 54. Because straight away, I'm on a upslope. I've got loft. Because I want it running towards the pin. Bit more, it's a bit wet, but again, nicer lie. Be a bit more aggressive with it where it's wet.
That's the one there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just a bit, so straight away, when you're trying to...
One more?
Run them out, go on, chuck it down for me.
I'll do that. See, what I noticed when I've looked at people practicing, you know, when you're just floating around like at this place, a lot of people give themselves a favourable lie, don't they?
That ain't bad if you're working on something.
Yeah.
Like, because you get nice lie, that's a peach.
That's perfect.
Do you know what I mean? That's a peach,
so
but...
would you suggest to the amateurs, to the average golfers like us,
I sometimes go
just,
like that.
just to really try and stitch yourself up a little bit?
Yeah, put them in.
You're not going to get the dream lie on the course, are you? You can't
Test
pick
yourself.
it.
That's the biggest thing we're going to give for you is be creative.
Yeah.
Test yourself. I'm an extrovert. I'll go I'll go and put it in the plant pack.
Yeah.
I'll go and put it in the plants later. But that's being creative. That's going to go to extremes, you know. You always, very rarely, you know, it's like, especially these winter lies, very rarely you get a creme de la creme lie. It's always a crusty. It's always in a bit of mud with a bit of grass here. And it's about getting confidence. Over the years, me playing, I know standing away from it just digs that in. Yeah. And it just don't get there.
You hosel it a bit more.
So I like, again, I'm playing around with it. I'm like heel in the air, toe down, get ahead of it, get right on top of it, and shunt it forward. Golf shot.
Yeah, shot.
I'm confident of playing it like that.
Right.
It's just the way I chip. I've been around it for a long time that I'm confident doing it my way.
Yeah.
And I've probably gone against the grain on a lot of that.
Yeah.
A lot of top coaches out there watching this will be like, well, you ain't done that right. You ain't as consistent as that. I guarantee I'll get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, but like you say, you're not saying you're the best chipper.
Weakest part of my game.
And you're also not saying it's the right way to do it. That's just what works for you.
No, a limited amount.
Yeah.
I can get it around. Do you get what I mean? It's all right. And how many hours have you actually got to practice? Do you get what I mean? Sometimes totally. It's quicker to do it your way. Yeah. Which I've always found. And even in football, it worked for me. So why not?
To play at the level you play at, like you say, if you're happy sitting at 12, 18, 24, and that works for you, then maybe like you say, just practice that and get consistent with that.
Absolutely. And I ain't being rude. Like, I ain't bigging myself up. Well, I am. But even that, of 3 different lies, that shows you how consistent it is what I do. Yeah. You know, you give me another 3, I'd happily be similar. Yeah. Like with that lie. But then you have different shots, Ange. Yeah. Do you get what I mean? Look, we'll stay here. Drop a couple for me, Ange.
Come on, you pop them.
Oh, right in the hole, right?
Absolute pot.
Look at that one.
Hello.
Paul Daniels.
Shawshank.
Here, we go to that long one. As I said back there, remember, like usually I'd pick a 58. Yeah. And sort of shut the face down and get it low and running. Yeah. But this year, and this is why I want to do a load of practice with it, I think I'm better off going with like a gap wedge. I've already got the loft on it, which allows me not to close, well, it stops me closing down because it's already closed. I've already got less loft on it. It's just an easier shot. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. And it's got to run further. So this year, I want to really, and it's easy because it's got a bigger flange on it. Yeah. It's got less chance of digging. Yeah. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. So let's try and pitch it as close to that ball as possible.
That's the one, isn't it?
Yeah.
On the ball.
Like that there, obviously with a slope, you've got that bit of rough there. I can't cheat anymore.
You can't do it.
Straight away, pick my pitching zone. In my head, assess the lie. Right, nice, I've got a bit of freedom.
Yeah.
Pitching zone, get it, assess the trajectory and the spin.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of roll out because it's 46 or 50, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And assess, go and read it like a putt.
Right, okay.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah,
like
totally,
that makes it nice and easy.
It's a lesson for me just as much as it's a lesson for the legends at home. But yeah.
It's just great. A long putt that's got to get airborne for the first third of it.
Right, okay. So
that's what I'm trying to.
What I'm going to do now.
Get into these long ones.
We're going to go long. We're going to go long rough.
Oh, are we?
And I'm going to get involved. I'm going to hit a few shots, and I'm going to play it how I would normally play it.
Yep.
And then you can correct me or not correct me, and just obviously get a few in yourself, and then sort of teach me how the sort of percentage shot of my standard of golf of how to play it.
Sweet.
Sound good?
Let's do it.
Right, let's do it.
Enjoy this. Nice.
So here we go then, Jim. This
is cabbage.
This is my moment to make a right prune out of myself, because let's be honest, this is normally where I end up in the long stuff. So I'm going to hit a few how I would play it, and you're going to tell me, is that the right thing to do? Is that not?
Absolutely.
So I've chucked one down.
Wet.
See, with this club, I probably would be playing a 58.
Yeah, let's go to this front pin here.
Go front there.
Yeah. Talk me through what you're thinking.
So my thought process here is I've got to hit the ball.
Yeah.
I've either got to go underneath it and hard and play out a bit like a bunker.
You thinking floppy shot here?
Yeah. Or it's a little stab into the grass.
Okay.
I'm probably going to open it up a little bit, my standard of golf again. I'm not saying I'm very good, as this shot will probably show. Slightly off, open the left up, slightly off the front foot, and just try and glide it.
Not bad at all, is it?
Taking that?
Yeah. Number 2, do it again.
I'm going to go exactly the same technique.
Yeah. You ain't opening it up like fully though, are you?
No, just a slight sort of.
Okay.
I don't know why I do that.
Well, it's over the years, Phil,
I've never
isn't
had a
it?
lesson. I've never been taught.
Yeah.
For me, that is total. Golf's massively mental for me. When I was playing well, it felt like I was easy to play golf. Like when I wasn't, I wasn't very ever brilliant. I think 7, 8, I got down to my best.
It's decent though, isn't it?
Yeah, which is. But now, as I've got older and I've started to change my swing, I don't know why I did it.
Yeah.
But I felt at pieces. My head went.
And
now I don't really know where I'm hitting it. But this is one part of my game that's. It's always done all right.
Yeah.
Because I guess there's not.
Well, you did that nicely.
There's not too much movement in it.
Go on then, have another go for me. See that, and I've got to say that's tour spec. That's like, all right. The first one's come out soft and a bit more floaty. Have another one. Let's have a look at 3. Look, a bit more. Sat down a little bit. Now this is where it gets
with this lie, lads. Can you see that lie? Do you want to get a little tight of that?
It's just sunk in a little bit.
It's sunk in a lot more. So now, immediately seeing that lie, I'm going from doing my usual. But
straight away, Ange, can I just say, like, you can tell you've been a decent handicap, just the way you address it. Straight away, you're opening that face up.
Yeah.
You get a lot of higher handicappers. They'd be like, their setup ain't right to execute the shot from the start.
Yeah.
And I can see that.
Yeah.
And obviously, I just want to say again, I ain't a coach here. This is just me going off what I see. I watch a lot of golf I've done over the years, and I know when you set up over that, you've got half a chance of pulling that off.
Yeah.
Then a higher handicap won't.
Right.
Even from the get-go, I'm looking at it going, his setup's all wrong. He ain't gonna float that. Yeah. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. It's like a footballer.
Yeah.
If he wants to zing one eye and he's over it like this, he's got no chance. How's he going to lift it?
Yeah.
Your setup's all wrong before you start. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. So as you've set up over that, I can tell you've got half an idea of how you want to execute the shot.
Right, so with me with that, as we've just seen, I'm now going to play this different. I'm not going to open it up. I'm going to close it and play more off the back foot.
Would you really?
Yeah, and stab it.
See, yeah, it's funny that. I see that as more of open up. Because I think if you close that, I don't think it's going to climb all this greatly. But have a go. Okay. Have a go. We'll soon find out, won't we?
Might do that.
And where's my ball?
Where's my ball on a tee?
Go on, have a go then. Close that down.
Tell you what I need to do. Move these. Because this is now where I'm going to be aiming.
Yeah.
Because I know if it's coming out lower, in my head, it's going to it's going to ping on.
Yeah. It's just weird how you see that.
Yeah.
You see that as put your hands forward and poke it out. Called it, played it, golf shot. Hold it. Ain't got holes here, by the way, just flags in ground.
Yeah.
But
so that's how I play. That just because I know because there's too much grass behind it.
That's very good off your handicap.
I think if I come in, I might not, but in my head I think I'm going to hit the grass. So that one, if I take it off the back there,
mate, you just proved there. There's that like. It'll always prove to you. Like it's no, we can talk all we want.
Yeah.
But that'll show you.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? How would you hit like a super flop shot then?
I don't think I could off that. A super flop shot, I always try and play like I'm going to hit there.
Okay.
So sort of open the stance up, get a bit lower.
Yeah.
And cut it.
Wow.
Right in.
Demo.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that at all, is there?
How different would you play it?
Do you know what? And I can't give you it like everything you done there. I might have chose, and we get 10 players up here.
Yeah. Good
players.
Yeah.
10 of them are playing, I would say fairly similar, but a few of them would be a lot different. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like me, I just open it up a bit more.
So basically you're similar to how I would do it, but you would never ever do that close off the front
Maybe. Foot. No, do you know what? Before we got in here, the first lie you had, see, that ain't bad at all.
Yeah.
That I'm thinking, can I?
Yeah.
But do you know one thing that scares me with that? When you close face down, you get shallower here.
Yeah.
And you can collect grass. When you open a blade out, it's more of a steeper swing.
Yeah.
So I know I'm just going through all that. And I'm coming down on it more. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. Because you're carrying speed through the follow through as well.
Absolutely.
Whereas I'm a little bit more stabby when it comes to that.
But look, if that works for you, like there's no right or wrong way to do it.
No.
And for these watching, like don't get me wrong, there may be a more consistent way and better chippers out there will show you that.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's no better way than being creative yourself, going out there, putting yourself in a lie, giving yourself 10 lies. Oh, that works for me. Cool, that don't.
Yeah.
Cool, I don't like this, I don't like that. Let's go. And you'll soon get some feelings going, and that's the way around it. You know, the very best to tell you that, not just me, the very best. Get out there, go and put yourself under pressure, give yourself lies, don't be scared to have a go.
Yeah.
And play all these courageous shots. Yeah. And then before you know it, you're getting feedback. Right.
So just to wind it down now, we're gonna finish up here. I hope it's helped the legends at home. 3 key points. What's the most important thing you think? Test yourself with lies.
Be creative. I keep saying, be creative.
Be creative and
test yourself with lies.
Find a technique you find works for you.
Absolutely.
And hammer that home.
Play about.
Yeah.
Play about with it with ball position, leaning shaft, having a shaft back, leaning shaft, weight forward, ball position.
Yeah.
Different trajectories, different flights, different spins, you know, seeing how it reacts once it gets on the green and grips, you know, all these different things that make you start understanding the game a lot better. Right. You know, especially for this. Just want to finish on, Ange. Just want to finish on.
There it is.
Please go in.
It's it.
Please go in.
It's it.
Oh, it's golf.
Love that, Jim.
Yeah, that does.
Cheers for that. I hope that helps at home. Please like and subscribe.
Yes, please.
We're going to go out on the course, aren't we, and put a bit more in practice.
Let's do it. Enjoyed that.
Love it. Legends.